man named Harry McClary posted a TikTok on February 7th, 2021, documenting an unsettling presence in his home under the cover of darkness. Right from the beginning, something unsettling happens, though you might not catch it unless you're watching carefully. Pay close attention and see if you notice anything out of the ordinary. If you look closely enough, you'll spot what appears to be a shadow passing beneath the door on the floor. Things only get more intense from there. Watch this next moment. A dog toy can be heard making noise from the other side of the door, much to Harry's alarm. And just when you think the worst is over, something else happens a few seconds later. As soon as Harry steps into the room, the dog toy is lying on the floor while the overhead light swings violently back and forth. Suddenly, the video cuts out, leaving us all wondering what exactly we just witnessed. In the next video, it's around 4 a.m. and Sakina is sound asleep. She's usually such a heavy sleeper that her partner has to shake her to wake her. But this night felt different. Right at 4, her dog started howling downstairs, and she felt a peculiar chill she still can't fully describe. With her boyfriend away, she had no choice but to head downstairs to investigate, and she encountered something she never expected.
Eran las 4 de la mañana y mi perrita no paraba de ladrar cuando salí. Capté esto.
Her dog was barking at seemingly empty space, but a look at the footage revealed a shadowy form, suggesting a ghostly presence. Sakina, trying to stay rational, dismissed it as weird lighting and went back indoors. But things were about to escalate.
Hola, gente. Otra vez el ruido ese. Poco estoy haciendo compañía hoy, pero ya estoy sola. Todavía se escucha un ruido de abajo. Y la verdad que no sé. Ay, la concha, por olor hay algo ahí. Sora. Sora, subí. Ay, no, Dios santo. Nera.
At first, Sakina assumed the eerie hands she spotted were nothing but a prank from her boyfriend. Yet, as she moved closer, those hands appeared to pass right through the stairs, providing chilling proof that she was dealing with something far beyond an ordinary joke. The next video features a single mother named Alex, who just moved into a new house that was once the presbytery of the adjacent church. Supposedly, there's also a cemetery running beneath the property. The eerie happening started on her very first visit. A door slammed behind her, which she chalked up to a simple draft, though she was sorely mistaken. After moving in around late September of 2024, she began hearing strange footsteps, unexplained noises, and glimpses of silhouettes. Then, one evening, she and her cat both noticed loud banging sounds coming from a dark, empty room. Here's what she caught on camera.
Viens, bébé chat.
A large teddy bear's right foot can be seen moving up and down on its own. But when she peeks behind the curtain, there's no one there. After she switches on the light, an eerie shadow appears on the wall. On another night, something starts pounding on her door.
C'est quoi cette putain de blague? C'est quoi cette merde, putain de merde? Je tremble, c'est horrible. Le truc, c'est qu'il faut une putain de manette pour ce truc-là. Elle est où la manette? Elle est où la manette, putain? Putain, j'en ai dit. Ah putain. Pas de pile là-dedans. C'est quoi cette blague? On. Ah bah oui, putain, je suis con. Mais non, mais le petit dort.
She checks the remote control, which is turned on, but it doesn't work. Meanwhile, her son remains fast asleep. The following evening, while her son is still soundly sleeping, one of his toys starts making noise in his room. Naturally, Alex goes to investigate.
C'est quoi cette putain de blague?
bientôt pour un nouveau concert.
Super. Ok, cool.
The toy seems to move by itself. As she confirms her son is dozing, the leg of a giraffe toy shifts on its own. Alex suspects these unnerving events are linked to the house's unique history. Whether it's truly paranormal is up to you to decide. William Sloane calls a James experiment, which might need a bit of explanation for those who haven't seen the reference. William was just an ordinary boy who came to believe his house was haunted by a spirit he named James. Every day, events so bizarre and out of the ordinary were happening that most people wouldn't believe them. Even when William told his parents, they refused to take him seriously. To prove his point, he started conducting James tests, experiments aimed at capturing evidence of the ghost. This footage comes from one particularly strange test that I think you need to see. Evil spirits, William reasoned, are more likely to mess with religious objects, so he placed a holy book on his living room bookshelf and set up a camera across the room to monitor any activity. And he definitely captured something. Take a look.
Okay. I've been going over the footage from last night, and it's pretty crazy. And I don't know what's going on, but I tell you, I've been blaming my cats since I got them for pulling my records off the shelf. And I don't know. Sometimes it might be them, but it definitely wasn't last night.
First off, the holy book landed on the floor almost immediately, confirming William's suspicion that something sinister resided in his home. To drive the point home even more, James slid an item across the table, clearly indicating that the book hadn't just fallen by chance. This James experiment was a success. Let me know if you enjoy these tests, because I'll be sure to share more in the future. TikTok user Petit Bourgeoisie regularly shares everyday moments with her 86,000 followers. In 2021, she posted a particularly unsettling clip from the baby monitor in her daughter's room, something she had no way to explain. As her daughter lay quietly in the crib, the room was silent, until a small toy car suddenly rolled out into the open from underneath the crib. The room was silent, until a small toy car suddenly rolled out into the open from underneath the crib. The car was shoved across the floor, going from a standstill to darting off to the right. Alarmed, the TikTok user rushed into the room to figure out what caused the movement, but she couldn't find a single sign of tampering. She followed up by posting a separate video focusing on the toy car itself.
C'est pas une auto téléguidée, comme vous pouvez voir. C'est pas une auto à crank non plus.
Even though this car takes batteries, its wheels are not motorized and it can't move on its own. So, could it be that a restless spirit decided to entertain itself by playing with a toy car? Late one night in Colombia, a young woman named Sarah Vargas was at home with her father when she heard something truly bizarre coming from the apartment next door. Terrifying, desperate screams echoed through the neighbor's place. Alarmed by the commotion, witnesses on the street quickly dialed the police, worried it might be a violent situation. But then the story took an unexpected turn, as the officer on scene asked bystanders for rosary beads, an item often used in Catholic prayer. And, oddly enough, the police actually summoned a Catholic nun for help.
Obviamente como que llamaron a alguien, llamaron a una monja para que les ayudara.
It turned out that the disturbing noises were coming from an exorcism right next door. Sarah discovered that fooling around with a Ouija board when one of them grew violent, even throwing up some dark, dirt-like substance.
La chica empezó como a vomitar tierra, como a vomitar oscuro.
The family believed the girl might be under the influence of a malevolent entity, and apparently the police agreed. Sarah says, the screaming went on throughout the night before finally fading away early the next morning. Without additional eyewitness accounts, it's tough to know exactly what transpired. But one thing's certain, the agonized shrieks from that apartment are profoundly chilling. The next recording showcases another puzzling phenomenon. This time, we're examining footage from YouTube user Berlon Birch. Although his channel mostly features cooking videos, there's one clip that breaks the mold. Late one evening, while putting away his belongings, Berlon notices something out of the ordinary near his property. Intrigued by the sight, he reviews the security camera footage positioned beside his garage. Whatever appears on the road clearly grabs Berlon's attention. Because of the camera's resolution or potential visual glitches, it's hard to determine if we're looking at a person, maybe a neighbor, or if this might be something far more mysterious. Could it be just a passerby? Or is there a possibility of a paranormal encounter? What do you think?